You don't lose an opinion by staying silent about it. You lose the thing it would have become. Inside you, there is a half formed belief you have never said out loud. Not because it's wrong, because you are not sure about this is right or wrong. So you wait until that idea get lost. An idea doesn't finish itself in an isolation. It finishes on contact with another idea. Denied that contact, and it doesn't stay safe in storage. It will gonna rot. That is the hidden cost, not an embarrassment, the actual death of idea that never got to become anything. Da Vinci wasn't a painter who dabbled on anatomy. He filled thousands of his notebook pages with letting engineering, anatomy, painting, sculpting sit on the same surface because he refused to separate them. The Mona Lisa smiles works because of muscle studies dissection most painters never touched on. Neither man is remembered for having a good ideas. They are remembered because they let their ideas meet onto the paper out loud in public. That's the pattern, not genius, it's just a collision. So, what silence actually steals from us? Sharing an unfinished idea or opinion isn't just courage, it's training, and it builds this five things that you can build easily. And this is the five thing that I got to know about from Dan Koi video, where he talking about that in next 10 to 15 years this five thing will gonna be so important in our life and in our works, like things like agency, taste, persuasion, persistence, iterations. All of this stuff will gonna be so valuable in our future. So I just connected my idea of keeping the opinions to your own self with connecting the idea with this five things that we are doing in our life, and why it is important to say your ideas loud, and why it is important to create the things that you really have an idea about, that you have really a perspective about. Why not just make it and say out loud in the public? Like, if I give you my own example, I have some ideas, like in my video of quantum physics of efforts, I just collide two ideas like self-help with physics, and one person telling me in the comments that why you added this both topics, but here is my thing, that my channel is all about that. It is just how I am experimenting with things, that is how I am consuming. If I am consuming anything, I just connect it, I just think upon that, like where it can go, how things which things can come up with that topic, with that theory, or with that collision. I just think like that. I am a girl who thinks in that way. So it is my thing and I love to do it. That's why I created that video, and it get a good views on it. So yeah, like my channel is all about that. And if you really love doing all of this stuff, connecting ideas, coming with new perspectives and all that stuff, then this channel is for you. So yeah, continue in our topic. That first is our agency, acting without asking for a permission, and that is the thing that I really do in my channel. So if Da Vinci, let's take an example of Da Vinci. If he waited for other people to confirm his ideology of connecting sculpting, anatomy, or like the things that he had connected, he had connected ideas with all the things that he have interested on, and he will never created the creation he was created now if he doesn't think in that way, or if he doesn't connected or collided ideas with each other. We will not gonna have the painting of Mona Lisa that with that perfection. So that is the agency, where you act without anyone's permission. You don't seek for people validation, but you act upon your ideas, you act upon your theories, you act upon your perspective, and this is how you live, this is how you create things. So it is a amazing thing to have in your life, to have your own agency. So this is the first thing that you can have or can build if you just share your ideas, share your opinions with people or with public, and share it out and say it out loud, and that is how you can build your agency. So this is the first thing. And the second thing is taste, knowing what's worth putting into the world. You don't build taste by thinking harder, creating something for a long time, putting energy in coming with more and more creation. That's how you build your taste. It come from creation. It is your taste, or understanding what is your taste is come when you try things, when you try one thing after another, and you are in that journey where you are trying one thing after another, and just having experimenting with life, with ideas, things like that. That is how you build taste of your craft, of your creations. So that is the second thing, that knowing what's worth putting into the world. And that is how you come up with the good ideas, with good perception, where you think, okay, I think it is a good idea, and you go through it from many years. You think about it, and now you have your own theory about it, and you really like to say it out loud in the public. And that is how you have created your taste of your craft, right? So this is the second thing. And our third thing is persuasion. It is not a manipulation, but making people care about what you noticed. Tesla had to make skeptics care about his ideas that sounded like fiction. That skill only grow through use, and that is how Tesla used it as persuasion. That he really made people care about his craft, his ideas. And persuasion is a big thing to have in your life, and it is a good thing to have in your life, in your creation, in your personal branding thing. To have it is not like you manipulating people for your ideas, for who you are as your identity, but you are playing with perception of other people also, that what they think about your ideas, just playing it in public, and creating your persuasion and having your persuasion. That is a good thing to have. So that is our third thing. Our fourth thing is persistent, understanding that being wrong isn't a death, it's data. Every idea you share and get pushback on, its proof you survived being wrong. And it is really okay for me also sometimes that people say, like, why you are creating things like that, why you are connecting things like that. But I am very persistent, and I know if people are not liking something, and it is their opinion, but I have my own opinions and perception about things, and that is my channel, and that's why I'm doing in my channel. And I am trying things, I am collecting data. If people are not liking it, then it's okay. It is like a data for me. It isn't a that people are not resonating. Like if that one person was not resonated with my content, then it's a death for me, and it's a ritual thing for me. It is not a thing. But I am persistent with my craft, and if one people is not liking it, it is very okay for me, because I know that I get data. So yeah, this is the fourth thing. Our fifth thing is iteration, the process of error correcting toward a goal based on feedback. If something doesn't work, learn and pivot until success. So as a designer, as a UIX designer, in my own craft, in my own things, iteration give me a very good result at last. Like I have seen in my own projects that I am creating, and if I am doing a consistent iteration on it, and seeing it how it is molded from first stage to the last stage, and how it comes up. Like if you are seeing that something didn't work for you, then learn from it and pivot with toward your pivot until you get the success. So this is the thing that I apply in my own craft, and I apply that thing in my own life, like being in iteration. That if something didn't work for me, I just learn more. I apply to and I apply that learning on my things, and that is how things get good. That is the thing. So this is our 5 things that you can't build easily, but you can build it easily by actually having your own opinions, say it out in the public, because there is a hidden cost of it. So your opinions, your perspectives, your ideas are worth to say in the public. And obviously it is about courage, but it is also a training for your own self to let your ideas share to many peoples, with thousands of peoples, and get perspective of it, because you are building all of this five things in your own life, in your own being as a human. And it's a good thing to have, and incorporating it in your craft. So if you are thinking, Diksha, how it is helping in our life, and how this five thing can how we can see this in our own personal life, then here is the example that you can understand from that. You see something worth saying, it is like an agency. You say it unfinished but honest. You are honest about it. Honestly, it is your taste. It is showing your taste. You try to make one person actually care about your creation. It is like a persuasion. It lands badly sometimes, and you don't let that mean you that you were wrong to say it, mean you were wrong to try. It is like a persistence. So iteration is like I already give my example to you about my craft, about my design things. So this is the example that you see something worth saying, it is like your agency, that you are building your agency. And this is all the example that I have tell you right now, that this is how you see things, that is how you can build agency, your taste, your persuasion, and be persistent with your craft, and iteration, all this stuff. It can help you in your creation, in your craft, and in your things that you are creating right now in your life. So, and this is how original thinkers think and born, by consuming ideas, thinking about it, come up with creation or connecting ideas. This is how real thinkers born. This is how the real thinkers think about things. They have agency, they have test on their craft and all of this stuff. That's why I tell you about this five thing, and this is the source of how this five things comes into your craft, and it is visible to the people. Why? Because that people have guts to really say their opinions, their ideas out loud. And that is how you know your own worth of ideas. Because so you should write it, you should share it or share it with other brains. And from this you get to know about it. You get to know about in what thing you should put your effort onto, or in what things you should put your more thoughts on it in it. And that is it also gives you confidence that your thoughts and idea can help others in their journey. So say it loud, put your creations outside. And one example that I can give you is that I write articles in Medium 1 to 2 years ago, and I written a article about life, about it is like a metaphor context article. So a lot of people really like that article, and it gets a lot of views in it. And from that article I get to know that, Diksha, really your thoughts, your ideas are really worth it to literally say it out loud in the public. Because previously I don't have that guts to say my perspective, my ideas in public. But I just write that article in Medium, and people really love that article, that they commented on my article that, Diksha, it is really good, it is an unique perspective or metaphor that you're telling about. So from that I know that, okay, my this is my thing that I can be good at. So why not try it once again? Why not give a second thought to this craft or this creation, and create something with it? So that is how you get to know about your own craft and your ideas, that which is worth to give your energy onto. That's every belief, perceptions, or overall essence coming from. And whatever you think about, that is how your life is going on. That is how you create your reality. That's every belief, perception, or your overall essence, coming from your own self. And that is why life feels fulfilled and joyful when you create things, when you are in your craft, and you are in your creation, and you are feeling calm, you are feeling joyful, because you are putting out your thoughts, you are putting out your thinking, and that is the secret. A lot of people don't know about why they are feeling that emotions, or why they are feeling that heavy emotions, and they don't know about its source at all, and they just live their life. But if you really are in your creation journey, if you really are in connected with your creation or with your craft, you get to know about yourself a lot. And this is what I have seen in my own journey, that I really want to know about myself through my craft. And when I'm creating something, when I'm writing about some topics, at that same point it really tell me how I'm feeling from inside, and from that and what is the source of that thought that is coming into my mind right now, and things like that. It is really connected with your inner self, with your inner reality. Whatever craft you are creating, it is just showing what is inside you. So if you really want to see your inside mirror, just see, then just start creating stuff, and whatever comes into your outside mirror, in your outside mirror, that is what is going inside your own self. And that is what I experience through my craft and creation. That's why I'm telling you. And this channel exists because of this exact things I explained you right now. I am not creating content because I found the right topic. I am creating to share my ideas or my opinions, or whatever I am currently consuming and creating on. I just want to share my things with people. I don't want you to see how I am looking or what outfit I am wearing today. I just want you to see my thoughts or ideas, and then connecting it with your own life and creating something new out of my thoughts as a source. I really don't want you to see my face, how I'm looking, what is my camera quality, what is my like how I am looking. And I don't want this from people, from if you are seeing my videos. What I really want you to just really connect your ideas with my ideas and create something new out of it. And it will gonna be so helpful, and that will gonna be a gift for me if you get something out of this video, and just connecting that thing with your own thoughts, and creating something new out of it. So yeah, this is the channel, that is why, that is all about my channel. This is that's why I created this video. That is why I created this whole channel on. So the opinion you are sitting on right now, the one you are not sure is worth saying in public, say it anyway. That's the only way it finds out what it was supposed to become. So say it out loud, create your creations, come up with new ideas, with new perception, with new theories and all of this stuff, and share it out loud. Say your ideas out loud in the public, so it can shape in any form they really want to get shape of. So yep, this is all about this video. I will gonna meet you in the next one.